It's easy to justify procrastination if you're looking at it as like a product, as a productive procrastination, right? Most people have heard that term where you are using procrastination as a way to get other things done. Like you might say like, oh, I procrastinated all day on this project over here, but look at what I accomplished as a result. I didn't want to do that task, so instead I devoted my time and energy to this thing. Ta-da, I made progress over here. That's great. That can be really useful, right? If it helps you make progress on other tasks, that's great, but only to a point. Okay, if you are constantly relying on procrastination in one area in order to make progress in another area, and you never make progress on that first thing, especially if it's something that you genuinely like want to be making progress on, then it stops being useful. It stops being helpful. It stops being truly productive. It's justification for using procrastination as an unnecessary safety net. And I also think that it gets dangerous to rely on procrastination in one area in order to make progress in something else. Because when you do that, again, going back to what we were talking about earlier, that then becomes a benefit of procrastinating. That becomes too much of a benefit, a reason to continue to use procrastination. It becomes one of those things where you're like, well, this is actually helpful for me, so why would I change that? Why would I stop procrastinating on this thing? Because it helps me make progress in other areas. There are better ways to make progress on your goals than by procrastinating on this thing over here. Procrastination is not inherently a bad thing, nor is it something that you have zero control over. But you do need to be willing to examine it and explore it and actively learn from it. When you are struggling with procrastination, a key piece to assess within all of this is to determine your willingness and readiness to change. So what can you put in place to make it easy and straightforward to take action? What barriers need to be lowered to increase the ease of implementation? And how can you break down this goal or this project into much more manageable pieces? The problem most people have is that it's not about the time, but rather A, the capacity and bandwidth to use that time effectively, and B, the intrapersonal skills of self-compassion and self-leadership to do this work. These are foundational, fundamental to taking action on your goals. If you want to overcome and prevent procrastination, do not neglect the inner work. The strategies, the tactics, very important that, again, you are using them for your brain, for your personality, your specific goals, your lifestyle, all of those different types of things, your unique business model. But those alone are not going to be enough unless you've done the mindset work as well. Because again, if you have this book and you know, okay, I can do these things in 15 minutes a day, but you still can't find 15 minutes in the day, if you still are putting that off, that speaks to it's not actually about the time. It's about these other things. And that's also why, I mean, in Productivity Powerhouse, we start with the foundation of things like energy management and understand what you really want with your goals and things like that before we get to the time management strategies and the task management strategies and all of those pieces. The mindset piece does come first. And it all works in conjunction together. But you need to have that foundation of those intrapersonal skills. It's so, so important. And the vast majority of people neglect them. A lot of people view them as soft skills, as unnecessary, as fun little extras, but they're not. They are foundational. They are fundamental. You need these types of pieces in place, or it's going to continue to be a struggle for you. What I hope you're also seeing throughout all of this is that there is information in your procrastination. When you recognize that procrastination always includes some kind of information about things going on beneath the surface, then it becomes a tool. But only if you're willing to use that tool and to explore the information. Unexplored information is not particularly useful. And that's also why when I'm working with clients and we're doing business plans or time tracking, we make a point of using those things. You don't want to just track things for the sake of it. What's the point, right? You also don't want to put together strategies that you then never look at again. A business plan that gathers dust, right? If you create an entire business plan but you never look at it again, that's a waste of time. Like, what's the point? It defeats the entire purpose of doing it. So when we think of procrastination as information, it only is useful information if you are willing to face it, to confront it, to confront what that information is telling you, and to then make use of the information that is there. Which again can be also all of this work can be challenging to do on your own. It truly can be, because there's a lot to unpack and there's a lot to confront within ourselves. But when you do face it, so many beautiful, amazing things can happen as a result. And anyone has the capacity to face this as well. You have that capacity, that strength, that power to be able to do this. Sometimes it's a matter of being able to recognize that it's there. So it's a step even further back that we need to go, but it is there. You are able to do this. You absolutely 100% are capable of doing this work.